Come on into the kitchen today. We're going to be making key lime pie. A lot of you have inboxed me about this, and I told Dave, I was like, well, okay, we're just going to have to make key lime pie in February so everybody knows how to make it. So that's what we're going to do today, is make key lime pie. We're going to go over our ingredients first. We're going to be making the crust and the filling for this. So we're going to start first with our crust ingredients. So what we have here is 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs. Now I did use the ones that are already in crumbs. If you were going to use sheets of graham crackers, you'd want to use about 12 full sheets of graham crackers, but you need 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs. And to that, we're going to be adding 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar and 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a pinch of salt, and 6 tablespoons of butter that's been melted, and that is a salted butter. Now for the filling for this is probably not going to be too much different than you guys are used to, those of you that do make key lime pie a lot. So we're going to be starting with a can of sweetened condensed milk. And this one here, well, I'm not sure they make any other size, but you just need a can of sweetened condensed milk. In the bowl, we already have 4 egg yolks. So we have those ready to go. We're not using the whites today, we're just using the yolks. And then here I have the lime juice. Now you want key limes. Now key limes are a little different, or just a little different than regular limes. So you want to make sure that you get key limes. They're much smaller, the key limes are. I don't have an actual one to show you because I used them all, but key limes are small and they do taste different than regular limes. So you want to have 7 tablespoons of key lime juice. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm going to let Dave take a look at this here. If you absolutely cannot get key limes in your store, you might be able to find a key lime juice. Now, I'm not a huge fan of using this over fresh, but I'm going to tell you, you could if you can't find key limes in your store. This is a bottled key lime juice, but remember, fresh is always best. Now I also add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice to my key lime pie. I really like the lemon and the lime together because, as we know, key limes can be just a little bit on the bitter side sometimes. So I like to also add just a little punch of fresh citrus lemon juice. So 7 tablespoons on the key lime and 2, and this is fresh lemon juice, 2 tablespoons. I also add just a tiny bit, little pinch of key lime zest. I just zest it a little bit and just add a little bit, not a lot, just a tiny bit. So what we're going to do first is make our crust. So I'm going to just set these up here so we can get going on that first. Set all that up there. Okay, so let's get started with our crust. Very simple. You know, key lime pie, there's just nothing to it. It's very simple. So we're going to add our sugar to this and our cinnamon. And we're going to go ahead and add that little pinch of salt, which is about 1/8 of a teaspoon. We're going to put that in there. Now I'm going to give this a little stir. Just going to combine these together. Now you want to have your oven on 350 today to make this key lime pie. And we're going to be using a 9-inch pie plate. Let's go ahead and add our butter. Okay, now we're just going to mix that butter into the... Now, you guys really could, if you don't have time to do this or you just would prefer to buy a ready-made crust, you could do that. But of course you guys know that I would not do that because this is so easy to make, but it is an option for you. If you would like to do that, you can. Okay, so we have that butter in there. Oh, I can smell that cinnamon and so good. This is such a good crust. Okay, so we're good to go with that. So I'm gonna go ahead. Now this one is a little bit bigger. I've used all my pie plates, but now this is the one that I already baked, and we're gonna put our filling in this. But this is the kind of pie plate you want. You just want a standard 9-inch. You don't want anything deep dish or anything like that. This one here is perfect. So that's what we're gonna put our filling in. I already baked that one, so it's good to go. But I want to show you guys how to do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this pie plate here. All right. Now we just kind of want to even this out a little bit. And you don't have to go all the way up these sides because this is a real shallow pie. It doesn't make a lot because you know you don't need a lot of that key lime filling. It's always just a little sliver, you know, a little piece. So you don't have to go all the way up, so you can have a nice, pretty thick along the side here. So this is just what I do first, is kind of get it where it's supposed to be. And then let's just spoon this around a little bit. Okay. Then I like to take just this is a 1/2 cup. And I just like to use one of these because it works really well to get this exactly where it should be. And just kind of tamp down. And you can feel that edge where it's supposed to be. So just keep doing that. This makes a perfect size crust. Okay, so we got that all on the bottom. And now I just like to take my hands and kind of do this part. And just kind of push it in a little bit. Just firm it up a little. Okay. Okay, so there you have it. It's a perfect graham cracker crust right there. So then what you would want to do is you want to pop this in the 350 oven for right about 10 minutes and then just take it out, and then you just want it to cool to room temperature. Then you can continue on with your recipe. So 10 minutes at 350, take it out, cool to room temperature. I'm gonna have a lot of pies to gift today. I'm gonna have some happy friends and family. Okay, so now this is our baked crust. So let's just go ahead and put this right here, and then we're gonna start making our filling. So here we have our eggs in here. Just gonna go ahead and break those up. This is our egg yolks, 4 egg yolks. Okay, now we're gonna add our sweetened condensed milk. I don't know too many variations on key lime pie other than, you know, you can make the unbaked kind. And I'm really not a fan of that one. I like to make the baked kind. But the sweetened condensed milk recipe is a good one. And I know we kind of talked about that on the page when we were talking about doing this. And you guys were like, oh yeah, I love the sweetened condensed milk one. Well, I do too. So that's the kind I make. So, okay, let's just mix this in. Okay, it's our eggs and our sweetened condensed milk. Next, I'm going to add my little bit of zest in here. And then we're going to add our lemon juice. And we're going to add our lime juice. Okay. And then all you have to do is just combine these together, and these will start to kind of get thick when you put all that acid in there with those eggs, and it's gonna thicken up a little bit, and that's okay because that's what it's supposed to do. Whew, smells good. Dave and I had plans to be in Florida in February, but we just got super busy with farm stand stuff, so we kind of had to set that aside. But we could have had a piece of this in Key West. That would have been delicious. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and add this right to our... And it is just as simple as that. There is really nothing to key lime pie. There we go. Just kind of even it out just a little bit. There we go. And there you have key lime pie. That's about all there is to it. Now we'll talk about this one that we took out. So what you want to do is pop this into the 350 oven, and you're going to do it exactly 15 minutes. I've never gone below 15 or over 15. It's always 15 minutes, and this pie is always set in the middle. So 15 minutes at 350. And when you bring it out of the oven, you want to put it on a cooling rack, let it completely cool, and then pop it in your fridge and let it really get chilled. And then you want to add your whipped cream on the top, which also is a yummy part. So what I did is I whipped just a half a pint of whipping cream with a little powdered sugar, and I will include that with the recipe. Now, because I'm going to gift this pie today, I'm not going to cut into it. I don't want to ruin it, but I'm telling you what, it's a delicious pie. You guys are going to really like it. It's easy. Key lime pie.